Hello dear students, welcome back to the channel of Patil's Academy. I have started a series of videos to help SSLC students in their mathematics examination due to the change in the pattern of examination where complete focus is given to the multiple choice questions. I have opted for a particular chapter here, that is multiple choice questions we are solving from quadratic equation in this chapter. So without wasting a time, let us get into the problem solving methods. So we have a first question here. Which of the following is a quadratic equation? So first of all, we need to understand that the standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So for quadratic equation, the maximum power allowed is 2 along with the constants here. A, B, C are the constants. So now if you look at this question number 1, these four equations are not given in a direct form of general form. So we need to check which one is in the form of quadratic equation. So it's a trial and error method. See, option D is eliminated because power is 3 and this power is 2. But if I take the LCM, again I won't get in the form of generalized equation. Now here in quadratic equation, there is only one variable allowed. But here x and y are the two variables. So without calculation, I can come to the conclusion that option A is correct. So again, just for verification, let me solve it and bring it in the form of quadratic equation. We have given option A as x minus 2 whole cube plus 1 equals 2x minus 3. So expand this in the form of a minus b the whole square. So a square plus b square minus 2 to the 4, b plus 1 equals 2x minus 3. So as you can see, power is 2, so x square is there. So minus 4x minus 2x is minus 6x. 4 plus 1 is 5. Then minus 3 if it comes this side plus 5 plus 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So absolutely this particular answer is in this generalized form. So for question number 1, option A is correct. Now moving to second MCQ. Which of the following is not? So very important keyword here is not a quadratic equation. So obviously there is only one variable and power is 2. So this is in the form. Option B, if I take the LCM and if I rearrange the terms, probably I may get it. Whereas in option C, if I take LCM, in numerator I will get x power 4. So option C is possible. And option D, in option D also x square is there. So maybe after solving this also I may get the general form of quadratic equation. But the problem with option C is if I take LCM, I will get in numerator as x power 4. But in quadratic equation standard form we have a ax square. So without any calculation, again you can conclude that option C is not a quadratic equation. Now moving to question number 3. So this I have already discussed. So standard form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. See, in this type of question, if you know the answer directly, please search for the correct option. Because if you start reading all four options, there might be a tendency that you might get with the get into the confusion. See, the problem here is, here in option B we have a minus c, and in option C here we have a minus bx. So if you don't know the general form firmly, you will definitely get into the trouble. So if you know directly, then search for the correct option. So option A is correct here. Now moving to question number 4, roots of a quadratic equation. So this particular equation is given. So we have to find out the roots. So roots are nothing but, so this particular quadratic equation can be solved by two ways. Either by splitting the middle term or by formula method. So looks like by splitting the middle term I can do it comfortably. So let us try. So x square minus 3x minus 10. X square minus 3x minus 10 equals to 0. So multiply first and last term, you will get 10x square. Then keep x square and minus sign as it is. Split this middle term 3x into two terms and minus 10 as it is. So x square can be split as x and x. Then 10 is nothing but 5 2s are 10. Now if I perform subtraction operation, that is 5x minus 2x, I will get 3x. So if it is in case of addition, then I would have been written plus sign here. So x square minus 5x, minus into minus is plus 2x, minus 10 equals to 0. Then two terms we group and we take a common. So x is common here. So x minus 5 is remaining. Then here 2 is common. Then x minus 5 is remaining. Then again we consider entire term as a single term and we take a common. So x minus 5 is common. So x plus 2 is remaining. So equate each bracket with 0. So x minus 5 equal to 0. So therefore x becomes plus 5. And second bracket if I equate with 0, that is x plus 2 equal to 0, will yield us x equal to minus 2. So 5 comma minus 2 is a correct option, which is option B. See students, you need to encircle it and you need to shade it properly. Just to save a time, I'm completely avoiding it here as of now. Sometimes I might put a tick mark also. So please don't get into all that. The correct way is encircling with the without leaving any gap. So this is the perfect method. Now moving to question number 5, roots of the quadratic equation. So take this plus 5 and minus plus 6 to RHS. So y square equals, so in question it is given as y square equals y plus 6. So to get into the standard form of quadratic equation, take this y to LHS, it will become minus y, plus 6 to LHS, it will become minus 6 equals to 0. This is a very first preliminary method. Now if you go wrong here, the problem arises because you have to arrive at a standard form of quadratic equation, which is this. So if you, again they are asking the roots here. If you see question number 5, yes, they are asking the roots. So again splitting the middle term. So y square into 6 is 6y square. See, don't bother about that sign, which will be balanced in the upcoming steps. So y square as it is, minus sign as it is, then minus 6 as it is. So this y square can be split as y and y. See, I need answer as 1 because coefficient of y is 1, which is possible only when I do 3 into 2, because 3 minus 2 will give us 1. See, I can do 6 into 1 also here, but 6 plus 1 is 7. So that will not be a proper method of splitting the middle term. So 3y minus 2y. Then in next step I will multiply minus inside the bracket. Minus into minus is plus. As usual, group the two terms. So y is common and here 2 is common. Then consider entire term as a single term. Then take y minus 3 as common. So y plus 2 is remaining. Then equate each bracket with 0. So y minus 3 equal to 0. That means y is plus 3. And y plus 2 equal to 0. That means y equal to minus 2. 3 comma minus 2 is the correct option. 3 comma minus 2. Option D. Question number 5. The correct answer is option D. Sometimes usually what happens, even after getting the correct answer, at the last moment while choosing the options we go wrong. So be very careful till the last moment. Now question number 6. The value of x is given as 72 by 2x. X is unknown value here. Then we have to find out the value of x. Okay, use the method of cross multiplication. X equal to 72 divided by 2x. Let me verify it once. X equals 72 divided by 2x. Cross multiply. So 2x into x is 2x square equals to 72. See students, here target is to find out the value of x. So take this 2 to RHS, it will become divided by 2. So 2 3 is a 6, then 1 is left out. So this will become 12. 2 6 is 12. So x, remove square from x square. If you want to make x, you have to remove square and take root here. So root of 36 is 6. But from the square root, if I take it, there are two possibility of answers. It can be positive as well as negative. So actual answer is plus or minus 6. So go back and search for plus or minus 6. See here. In option C, we have a plus 6. In option D, we have a minus 6. But the actual correct answer is plus or minus 6. So option B is correct. So that's why previously I told be very careful till the last moment. Now question number 7 is the direct formula based question. There is one quadratic equation whose roots are real and distinct. So which among the following is correct? So in previous videos also I have explained this. So whenever delta, which is called as the discriminant, which is also indicated with capital D, so discriminant, if it is greater than 0, we will get the real and distinct roots. If it is less than 0, these are imaginary or solution does not exist. And equal to 0, we have a completely different condition. Now moving to question number 8, discriminant is given as negative answer. So that means discriminant is less than 0. So if that is the case, what will be the nature of the roots? See, question number 7 and 8 are direct formula based questions. So among given 4 options, if delta, which is called as a discriminant, which is also indicated with capital D, if it goes less than 0, so among 4, which particular option is correct? So delta is less than 0, I told you already, either it is imaginary roots or solution does not exist. So the most suitable one is no roots. Moving to question number 9, the roots of quadratic equations are equal. That means whenever the roots of quadratic equations are equal, the discriminant, again ninth question is also a question related to the concept of discriminant. So if discriminant is the roots of the particular given equations are equal, then what is the value of k? So roots are equal only when discriminant is equal to 0. Because if it is less than 0, it is imaginary. If it is greater than 0, it is real, and we have real and equal roots, sorry, real and distinct roots. So find out the discriminant and equate with 0. So let me copy the equation. Equation is 3x square minus 2x plus k. So let me do it here. 3x square minus 2x plus k equals to 0. So if you compare with standard equation, you will get the value of ABC. So A is 3, B is minus 2, and C is k. So discriminant is given by b square minus 4ac. Here roots are equal, so discriminant value is equal to 0. So substitute the values now. B is minus 2, minus 4 as it is, A is 3, and C is k equals to 0. So minus 2 whole square is 4. 4 3 is a 12 into k equals to 0. Take minus 12k to RHS, it will become plus 12k. So on simplification, k becomes 4 by 12, which is 1 by 3, because fraction need to be in the least form. So 4 ones are 4 threes are. So 1 by 3. So option B is correct, because in option D we have a minus of 1 by 3. Now moving to last question. For what value of P the roots of the given equations are equal? 10th question is again similar to 9th question. You have to find out ABC values, but before that you have to adjust this in the standard form of quadratic equation before you take the coefficient values, that is ABC. So it will become x square plus px plus 36, because minus 36 from RHS, if it goes to LHS, it will become plus 36. X square plus px plus 36. Target is to find out the value of p. So this particular equation, again, if you compare with quadratic equation, you will get a as 1. Coefficient of x square is a, and b is p, and the value of c is 36. So discriminant value is b square minus 4ac. Since roots are equal, again I can equate with 0. Again, just like previous method, substitute the values. B is p minus 4 into a is 1 and c is 36 equals to 0. So let me take entire second term into RHS, it will become plus 4 ones are 4, 4 into 36. So 6 4s are 24, carry 2, 4 3s are 12, 12 in plus 2 is 144. So remove square and take root. Root of 144 is a perfect square. So square root of 144 is plus or minus 12. Now look for the same option in the 10th question. So without any computation, option C is absolutely correct answer. So in the upcoming videos, chapter wise like this, I will be solving multiple choice questions. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and all the very best for your upcoming SSLC examination. See you in next video. Thank you all.